This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook at audiblepodcast.com/Destructoid.
Coming up on Destructoid, we finally get some answers about LA Noire, Dragon Age 2 makes my underpants get tighter, and Batman Arkham City gets a release date. All this and more coming up on Destructoid.
Welcome everyone to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville.
I could not be more excited for this weekend, Max.
Why? Because we're at PAX East? Oh, wait, we're not.
I could be in Boston right now, but I decided to do the show.
Is that true?
No.
That's not true. We weren't invited.
I did not get invited, no.
Well,
but Hamza Aziz is there, probably wasted off his ass right now.
He's probably had a beer, and that usually does the trick.
Yeah.
So.
I heard he's been hanging out a lot with Jonathan Holmes.
Who?
You guys might know him.
Holmes.
You know the guy who was here
before
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we miss him sometimes.
I Pokemon battled with him the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, it was fun. I'm
That's
sorry.
That's not in the least bit interesting, Max.
I was saying.
Yeah, so anyway, we tried to get a video from them. Did we get it, Zach? Do we have a video that could we
Put
show?
something here.
Can we just show stuff?
Maybe it's like
Roll the clip.
Stock footage of a baby goat. Go.
So Hamza's here in the Northeast, where I'm from, for PAX East. We're just taking a break from our Destructoid Machinima party to kind of hype you guys for the show. And it's what, starting tomorrow, right, Hamza?
Starts bright and early tomorrow morning. There's a bunch of cool stuff here. What do they got? They got Portal 2, they got Duke Nukem Forever, LA Noire. What else?
They got BioShock Infinite. I know Ken Levine is doing a talk about that. I'm going to try to bust in and ask him what he thought of the Constructoid I did with BioShock. I don't think he liked it. I talked to him about it on Twitter. Duke Nukem Forever's here, and some people we know might be working on that. You know about that?
I thought he was working on the other game they haven't announced yet.
Anyway, yeah, we know people. And there's a lot of smaller games, too. Child of Eden. I'm really excited. I'm going to meet Mizuguchi-san, the creator of that. Skullgirls, we know the people who made that. New hand-drawn 2D fighting game. There's a new game from Moonshot Games, who were some of the people who made Halo. Some Bungie, ex-Bungie folks, gone and made a new 2D platformer. You excited about that, Hamza?
I mean, when I hear Bungie, I expect first-person shooter, but it's like a 2D shooter. I'm like, we'll see. We'll see.
You remain open-minded.
I'll be open-minded. Let me get hands-on with it, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but I love that about PAX. It's smaller games, also Shoot Many Robots. That's going to be here. You got little games like that, and then you've got huge games like Duke Nukem Forever and BioShock Infinite, all coming together in one place.
There's also Call Juarez, the new one, which is set in like modern times. So it's really interesting that they took this cowboy game, now it's modern day, and people in New Mexico are mad apparently about it. But you know, video games.
Yeah, they make people mad. So, but I'm not mad. I'm glad. I'm glad you're here.
You're the happiest person on earth. Seriously.
It's because I love people like you, and that's the thing I love about Penny Arcade is the people actually get together physically and spend time together playing video games. Like, as you can see from my face and my hair and my eyes, I'm not young. Going on 35, which is old by gamer standards. And in my day, it was all about the arcades. That's where you went to socialize. It was none of this online stuff. You socialized with video games in person. And Penny Arcade is as close as we can get to those arcade days in the modern era as you can get. And you're getting to experience it. What do you think?
I think it's awesome. I feel like I was born a few years too late to miss out on the whole arcade craze. So this whole experience with Penny Arcade it's a really good feeling. Like, I get to know kind of what it used to be like.
Yeah, I think you get a good feel for it. Yeah, and there's live music, and there's panels, and you're on a panel.
I'm on a panel. Tomorrow morning, I'm doing a real-life community relationship panel. I'm nervous.
You know, I haven't seen you this happy in a while, Hamza. Let's hug it out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Check it out. More PAX East coverage coming. I felt bad.
Thank you, guys. Be sure to stay tuned for a ton of news from PAX all weekend on Destructoid.com, and of course, we'll have a full recap for you on Monday. Something that I'm excited about that will be at PAX this weekend is LA Noire, the upcoming murder mystery game that's being developed by Rockstar and Team Bandai. It seems like every time they release a video about this game, the internet basically goes apeshit. First it was the one about the technology that they used to create the facial expressions in the game, and now Rockstar Games has released another video showing some of their investigation techniques that they're putting in the game. They said to expect a lot of clues hidden all around, which, if you manage to find them, completely change the course of the game. Interrogation is also a huge part of the gameplay. You have to be able to decide when people are lying, but you don't want to be too accusatory because apparently if you make a wrong accusation, it can shut down a suspect and leave new information undiscovered. LA Noire hits North America on May 17th and May 20th in Europe, and I am counting down the days for this because this is definitely one of my most anticipated games of 2011. And I'm excited for more videos to pop up about the way they do things. You sound like you have something to say.
I'm irritated that you covered this story because you know that I like to dress up like a detective and that I like being a detective.
Yeah, you always say that, Max. I'm pretty sure the closest you've come to being a detective is just sitting in your room, dressed in a suit, listening to jazz music, drinking the 7-7.
Case closed. But yeah, another awesome game that appeals to my inner 8-year-old is Toy Soldiers Cold War. At first glance, it sort of looks like those Army Man games from, you know, back in 1999 that came out once every 2 weeks or so. But Toy Soldiers seems like it's got more going on. The trailer is very pretty and it has awesome graphics, but what I really like is the design, which looks like Indian in the Cupboard meets Red Dawn. And I always try and look at video games as if they were actual toys, and this one kind of reminds me of the old 80s G.I. Joe toys. Just a lot of different vehicles, and you know, they drive around in like ATVs and tanks and stuff and shoot missiles at each other, and really cool.
Are you 4 years old, Max? The game looks pretty cool, but Toy Soldiers.
I'm just saying.
Maybe if you read a really nice word from our sponsor later, you can have cookies and milk after the show.
Really?
Okay? Yeah. Let's do
Okay.
it. In the meantime, more news. Batman Arkham City was given a release date today of October 18th in North America, October 19th in Australia, and October 21st in Europe and the rest of the world. This is exciting news for us here at the show because we saw a bunch of gameplay footage from the game at GDC last week, but of course we couldn't talk about it because it was embargoed. Hamza Aziz's hands-on impression of the game went up on Destructoid.com a couple weeks ago. If you haven't read it, you should go check it out. But in the meantime, they've released 3 new screenshots of the game, one of which confirms that the Joker will in fact have prison tattoos and will look eerily similar to Pennywise the clown from the It movies. And now I don't want to play this game anymore because holy shit.
That's actually not the Joker in that image. It's one,
Really?
one of his goons, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would they show?
I've seen the Joker. The Joker
Because they
looks...
showed the Joker and he had like a pointy nose and everything, and this guy looked completely different.
Yeah, no, that's one of his goons. It's probably like.
Well,
you know,
either way, I don't want to play the game anymore.
Wacky Jacks
I'm
or
too scared.
something.
I don't want to do it, Max. You can't make me.
Okay.
Read a word from our sponsor.
Okay, but only if there's cookies and juice.
Sure, why
Okay.
not?
Audible.com is the leading provider of downloadable audiobooks and spoken word entertainment. They've got over 75,000 titles to choose from, and that can be downloaded to your iPod or MP3 player and played back anywhere, anytime. Choose from books in every genre, including science fiction, thrillers, drama, comedy, business, history, and way more. If you've got a lengthy commute or a boring sit-around-and-do-nothing job, I highly recommend checking out Audible.com. My personal recommendation from their library is Burning Chrome, a collection of short stories by William Gibson. Fun fact, William Gibson coined the term cyberspace in 1982, long before the internet was a thing. This collection is a must-have for any gamers, hackers, technophiles, or anyone who just likes to call themselves a geek. One of my favorite books. And because we love you, Destructoid fans can get a free audiobook when they go to audiblepodcast.com/Destructoid. Go there, do that, let me know what you think. Where's my cookie juice?
You'll get it after the show.
You always
Max.
say that.
You'll get it after the show. Several years from now, when I'm gone. In the meantime, UK gamers, I have some bad news for you. Ubisoft announced yesterday that they won't be bringing the hit sensation We Dare to the UK. A Ubisoft I can't say the story without laughing. A Ubisoft spokesperson cited the public's reaction to the 12+ age rating as the reason for the cancellation, but has said that they still plan to release the game in Europe. Now PEGI, which is the European ratings board that gave the game its 12+ rating, is criticizing Ubisoft for uploading it in the first place, what they deemed a, quote, misleading ad. Ubisoft took the video off YouTube pretty much right after they uploaded it, but of course it can be still found on the internet if you know your way around like we do. I know the question on everyone's minds right now is, if they do end up releasing the game in Europe, how are we going to get a copy of it and play it for our next live stream?
You know, I just think it's ridiculous because, you know, teenagers are going to touch each other and they're going to do filthy things, but the least they could do is have an excuse and be like, no, Mom, we're just playing a video game.
Exactly.
Seriously, you know, and then just...
Well, I have to wonder what they say by misleading ad. Like, is the game not sexual at all then? I mean, they gave it a 12+ rating. Obviously, that means something.
Yeah, well, I mean, Twister is a pretty filthy game, but that's been around for ages.
It's true. Naked
You know what?
Twister.
How about this? Strip WarioWare. Let's do it.
We should have Twister at our next live stream for sure.
And margaritas.
And that's
Okay.
a great idea. Terrific. Oh my God, we've just gotten word that our Elder Scrolls correspondent Max Scoville is live with some breaking Skyrim news. Max?
Thank you, Tara. That's right. I'm coming to you live with some great news for hardcore Elder Scrolls fans. In a recent interview, Bethesda's Todd Howard claimed that Skyrim would try to bring back some of the weirdness that was missing from Oblivion. He went on to say, "With Oblivion, we're dealing with the capital province, and we wanted to get back to a more classic arena and Daggerfall feel of a fantasy world that felt more refined and welcoming. A place that you instantly understood, but in that, we sacrificed some of what made Morrowind special, the wonder of discovery." At the same time, it seems like Oblivion was a lot of players' first Elder Scrolls game, so it'll be interesting to see the reaction. Howard went on to state, "It should feel alien, kind of a stranger in a strange land kind of way, with familiar-looking elements, only rooting you early in the game. The whole tone ends up being one of the, I'm an outsider, I'm uncomfortable for Elder Scrolls Watch."
Wait, why are you in a cornfield?
I couldn't think of a location that was at all relevant to this story, and I got lost. For Elder Scrolls Watch, I'm Max Scoville, signing off.
Well, that's about all the news for today.
But wait, we have the YouTube comment of the week, the weekly segment that we do every week without fail, all the time, always.
Yes, okay, go ahead.
Okay, this one is from YouTube user TechSlayer000. Let's see, here we go.
YouTube comment of the week.
LOL. I like how your channel just fails. Lose the fucking female and you are so late on info that was released like 2 weeks ago. Old, lame, die.
Looks like the Tech Slayer has slain again.
Quiet, female. That's old news. Lame, die.
YouTube comment of the week.
Let's move on from YouTube comment of the week to address a national, well, I guess global tragedy.
Yeah, well.
The earthquake in Japan happened yesterday.
Earthquake, tsunami, that's fucked up.
We wanted to let you guys know that Dale North, one of Destructoid's editors, is in Japan. He was in Tokyo when it happened. He is A-okay right now.
He's on Twitter and he's been reporting on it. Sounds like he's doing okay. Shit's messed up, you know, head over to Red Cross and donate if you can, because that would be a cool thing to do.
Yeah, do that. Nothing more to say on that topic, really, other than have
and now,
a great weekend.
and in a totally inappropriate segue, stay tuned in the credits because we're going to be doing a voiceover for some Dragon Age 2 sex scenes.
That's happening.
Journalism.
Okay. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. I thought you went to the Hanged Man. And I almost went there to look for you first, but then I thought you might have gone to see your uncle instead. And I'm rambling, aren't I?
I don't mind. You're adorable when you're flustered.
After you left, I couldn't stop thinking about Pole and the mirror and everything that's happened. I wonder if I've made a mistake leaving the Dawlish.
Who'd pass up life in Kirkwall, the city of sunshine and butterflies?
I suppose if I hadn't left my people, I never would have met you. If you were Dawlish, my people would have a kingdom by now. And half of Thedas would be attacking us, so maybe things worked out for the best.
Doesn't it bother you that I'm a human?
No, I'm not saying I'd change you for... I'm making things worse, aren't I? I'm just one of the Elven. I'm supposed to preserve who we are. And if I... There are reasons that it's bad to... Is it warm in here? Elgernon, I'll stop talking now.
I guess I'll postpone making myself more elfy.
Oh, I don't know. You'd look handsome with pointy ears. Not that you don't now. The Keeper, my whole clan, will object if we... Not that they could possibly hate me anymore, I suppose.
Their disapproval's a small price to pay for being with you.
Meryl.
Meryl. It's all right.
No.